and begged him to stay home for 1 more year. Told him, if you move out, you're going to be broke the rest of your life. Stay home for 1 year, see what it feels like to have money. Before his 19th birthday, while I was out of town, on my birthday, he moved out. So I asked him, why did you do that while I was out of town at a competition? He said, well, I didn't want to risk any more Jewish guilt. So he just got out of Dodge before I even got home. At least he cleaned up the room and everything. He was pretty easy to raise. He was a pretty good kid. I was pretty involved. A lot of my friends were like, how did you get him to move out so easily? My kid's still at home in the basement drinking White Claw and playing his PlayStation. Said it's simple, I beat him when he was little. I was actually extremely involved in his life. I used to volunteer at a school, especially in kindergarten, because that's the fun grade. And that's when I realized there's something missing off that school supply list. Booze. Those teachers need booze. You really should start just kind of slipping that off to the side when you bring in the supplies. They'll appreciate you a lot more in the long run. There was one time when I was walking to his class to volunteer, I had a teacher from behind me ask me for my hall pass.
Thank you.
So when I turned around and she saw the boobs, and thank God elementary students don't have boobs yet, she realized her huge mistake. I told her, that's all right, I've been this height since the 6th grade. I have not grown at all. So if you look at me and think I'm child-sized and cute, you don't want my number. You need a therapist. You might be a pedophile. We did the whole Cub Scout thing. I was a den leader and everything. Did it for 3 years. And then some of the moms found out I used to be a stripper. And then all of a sudden I was immoral and shouldn't be allowed near little boys. I was a stripper, not a priest. It's okay. But it all worked out in the long run because it turns out that the mean girl mom, and I also learned that mean girls do not grow out of that. They just learn to perfect their shit. She got busted for stealing from the pack. If I would have been giving lap dances, at least I would have earned any money I took. I was not like completely up his ass like a butt plug. And you know, speaking of those, I've learned now recently they have ones that light up. I think that would be amazing for if you do night jogging or night walking. Completely safety issue, nothing sexual. But anyways, that's my tangent on that. Sometimes I chase rabbits. After a while, he did move out, and I got to move on. And then I caught my husband after 20 years with a stash of cocaine, ecstasy, and acid. And all I could think is, this is a party I was not fucking invited to. I had no clue what was going on. So I left him, came up here to Wyoming, decided divorce is not death. It's like a rebirth. It's the beginning of a new age, chance to discover yourself. Like, did you know that women can have multiple orgasms? And of more than one kind? I had no fucking clue. My whole life, I thought it took at least 30 minutes to get there, and plus a whole lot of fucking focus. Once I realized the truth, I didn't know whether or not to be pissed or completely ecstatic I finally had new discovery. I was so fucking grateful. I said thank you at least 1,000 times. And that was just in that one night. I still call his ass to tell him thank you. So men, if you did not know this, please do your research and work a little bit fucking harder. If your wife is ungrateful and bitchy, why don't you give her some multiples? Her attitude might change. When my son was growing up, I never hid my past. He knew I used to be a stripper. I was not ashamed of it. I was actually really proud because I'm not like long legs and look like the rest of the girls, so it's a proud feat to be short and bring in $1,000 a night. I was pretty proud of that shit. So when he turned 18, I sat him down and explained to him the rules of the club. Always make sure the money flows. And let him know what your mommy used to do. Shortly after his 21st birthday, he gave me a phone call and was like, "Mom, you are the smartest, wisest woman in the world." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I know that. What helped you catch up?" He's like, "We went to a strip club, and I told the girls he used to be a stripper. Their table was surrounded all night long with nothing but women. He even left with phone numbers and real names. All I could say was, 'You're welcome, my son. Glad I could assist you.' And then I made sure they all left broke, and he reassured me they did." After he turned 21, like a couple of weeks ago, he went to Vegas. And he called me in the middle of the night and woke my ass up and said, "Mom, what was that club you used to work at when you retired?" So I let him know the name of it, and then I stopped to ponder to myself, is this a healthy conversation to have with your child? And then I realized, fuck it, he's all grown up, the damage has already been done. So he did have a really good time. He went to the club I retired at, but he made the mistake of telling the girls, "I've been on that stage inside of my mom's belly when she was 8 weeks pregnant." He still was hooked up with girls all night long. So what's the tip to know when you go to a strip club? Make the money flow and tell them your mommy used to be a stripper. You'll be amazed at the action it'll get you. Just want to spread a little bit of advice. And that's all I have.